Hello viewers, welcome to the channel. Today, you can join me unbox this Cobra Infantry action figure from the G.I.Joe Classified Series line of 6-inch scale figures. Actually, I have 4 of these since this is meant for army building and these figures has been with me since their market release 2 years ago. But before we unbox this figure, let me compare this box packaging with other figures in my collection and their respective boxes. Here's our Cobra Infantry together with Mattel's Masterverse She-Ra, Marvel Legends Big Boy Blob, and Apocalypse of Marvel Select. This is WWE Elite Collection Bret the Hitman Hart and Marvel Select The Watcher. Medicom Mapex number 185 Classic Spider-Man and Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy First Appearance Spider-Man. Retro style packaging of Wolverine and Spiral. Here's the front of the box. This is among the last figures for this line with plastic window. Most of the G.I.Joe Classified Series recent release figures right now don't have this anymore. Here's the top of the box. He's number 24 and here's the bottom. Not much to see here. Nice illustration on one of its side. On the other side, it's the number 24 again and the iconography which you can find the meaning on the Hasbro Pulse website and another nice illustration at the back. Now let's begin the unboxing. I forgot to mention the other version of this figure which is the Cobra Trooper. And that figure has more accessories. To those of you who are still wondering what's the difference between Cobra Infantry and Cobra Trooper, well, other than the Cobra Island logo on the box, they have the same box art, but the Cobra Trooper is somehow limited, which for me it's very frustrating to acquire. Okay, here's what the figure looks like outside the box. Let's remove him from this plastic shell that probably we'll never see again on this line. For his accessories, he's got a long gun here with short barrel. Most likely this gun shoots laser beams. He's got a combat knife with some sculpted details that looks like a serpent, but I wonder why is the knife not pointed. He's got 2 pistols that don't carry bullets but likely emits laser beams. And he's got this cool removable helmet that fits nicely onto his head. Now that we're done with the accessories, let's remove the figure and take a closer look on how Hasbro did the paint on this figure. I was planning to army build this figure. I pre-ordered 7 pieces, however only 4 arrived, and the single Cobra Trooper I ordered got cancelled. The paint on the head looks nice. Unfortunately, I cannot make a comparison with the Cobra Trooper. I don't know the exact difference in terms of paint. But so far, the paint application on the front from top to bottom looks fine. It's all blue and dark blue with some red paint on the Cobra logo. He's got 3 holes at the back, 2 of them are on the vest. There is some sculpted design on the dark blue areas of the infantry's uniform and some nice texture all over in other areas. Shiny black paint on the boots and so many sculpted wrinkles on his pants. At least his vest got more paint variation compared to Cobra Trooper all plain black. Next, let's check his articulation from head to toe. Let's check if he can tilt his head. Okay, he can tilt his head left and right. He can rotate it 360 degrees. Let's check his range looking up. I hope this figure don't look bad looking up since Hasbro introduced better articulation on this line compared to their Marvel Legends. Okay, I think this is the maximum range his head can look up. Let's check it from all sides, from all angles. I was expecting he'll have a better range, but it's okay. He looks fine. Now let's try to make him look down. Oh god, this is tight. Let's try to break his neck. I thought the neck joint is a ball peg with a hinge, but why is it like this? So stiff. I think this is the maximum range his head can look down. I can no longer push down much further. So let's just check what he looks like from all angles when I rotate him like this. He looks okay, isn't it? But let me check the neck joint. Let's separate his head from his neck. Okay, here we go. Oh, I see. The neck has its own ball joint. That's why you can do a circular motion with the neck. I've seen this type of neck joint with the Medicom Mapex figures. And the neck to the head has a ball hinge, but I don't know. Somehow, the range is limited when you move his head up and down. Okay, let's return back his head. It's kind of difficult to attach his head. I should have done this off camera. Please bear with me. We're almost there. I may have to cut this portion when I do the final editing of this video, or maybe not. Okay, we're done done. Let's continue. Let's check the articulation on his left arm. It seems the shoulder joint is not tight. It can easily do a full rotation. They have given him a butterfly joint, which is nice, but somehow it feels like useless since the vest he's wearing is limiting his movement, but still a plus for me. He's got a bicep swivel, which is working fine and it's not tight. Shoulder hinge is okay too, not tight or loose. They gave him a double jointed elbow, which is very nice to have in a figure, but the pins are visible. It's nice seeing you can bend his arm like this. It could have been way better to look at if this is pinless elbow. Next, let's check his hand. I think they gave him a vertical hinge and the hand can rotate in full. The left hand has vertical hinge while the right hand has the common horizontal hinge. Okay, next, let's check his upper body. He may have torso articulation here, but this vest of course hinders his movement. He cannot bend down or bend up. There is not much we can do here, but at least they gave him a waist articulation. We can twist him like this. On his lower body part, they gave him drop down legs. That will enable him to do the split very easily. As you can see, this is the maximum range he can separate both his legs from each other. Here is his range when he kick forward and when he kick his leg backwards. Both of his thigh swivel is working fine. They are not tight. He's got double jointed knee. It's a nice range when he bend his knee. His boot can touch his butt, but the knee pins are visible. Is there a shin swivel or a boot cut? Yes, I think here it is. You can rotate his boot. His boot can hinge up and down, and it can also pivot. Well, you can find here most of the common articulation points in a 1:12 action figure by Hasbro, so it's all good. Now let's go attach his accessories and see how cool this figure is wearing them. This is the long gun with a short barrel. Here is his combat knife. Let's attach it to the holster on his flak jacket or vest. Here is his attachable helmet. When I was a kid, I really admire action figures with attachable helmet or headgear. Here are his two small guns or pistols. You can attach one pistol on the gun holster on the front of his vest, while the second pistol, you can attach it to the gun holster at the back. By the way, do you remember the two holes on his vest at the back? You can attach or insert the long gun in any of the holes, whichever you like. Okay, now that we're done with the accessories, let me show you this action figure together with my other action figures from other toy lines in my collection. Here is our Cobra Infantry, together with the Spider-Man of Marvel Legends action figures, other G.I.Joe classified action figures, figure from other toy lines or other universe. If you're going to ask me if this figure is good to spend your money on, yes it is if you're planning to army build. If you're going to buy just for the sake of completing this line, of course, this is still a cool figure to own. But it would be much better if you also have the Cobra Trooper. You can have one Cobra Trooper and a bunch of this Cobra Infantry. That would be a cool display. Okay, now that we are done unboxing, if you like this content, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If not, leave me alone. Oh no, I'm just kidding. You can give it a thumbs down. You can do whatever you like as long as it makes you happy. You can subscribe anytime you want or you can visit this channel every week. Thank you for watching. See you on my next video.